Hey everyone, and welcome to the end of week 5, beginning of week 6. And looks like everybody got the work accomplished despite maybe my conflicting instructions between the to-do list and the video and what you need to have accomplished. But it looks like everybody figured it out despite me, so I apologize for those conflicts. I don't know what happened when I was creating the to-do list, but obviously I was not lining up the reading. So hopefully you did get some information about critical issues in STEM, and that's kind of the focus for your thinking about going forward for your leadership presentation and for your, more importantly, for your educational plan for your final. So it doesn't really matter which readings you do in what order and what you synthesize and line up the questions. The questions are pretty similar each week. Really, I just want you to get a chance to see what the research is in STEM and how that is impacting the field of educational STEM, and it looks like that is being accomplished. So, moving forward for week 6, no additional readings this week unless you need to add some resources for your leadership presentation. So the only assignment due this week is your STEM leadership presentation. And so if you take a look at that, you will see that this is a virtual presentation. Hopefully you've already taken a look at this and have already started working on it. No more than 5 slides if you're using PowerPoint or Google Slides or Prezi or something. The focus should be on your presentation of information and doing that in ways other than just going through a slideshow. So hopefully you will have an opportunity to incorporate some other media, but mostly, I want you to look at what are the roles of leaders in STEM in your context. And as I mentioned last week, I would like to see you addressing multiple roles, not just what you see yourself in terms of roles as a leader, but maybe other leaders that you might connect with in your context. The other thing that I would really like to see in this is thinking about equitable STEM learning environments. How do we continue to improve the access for underrepresented populations, and then really focusing in maybe on one problem of practice or challenge that you want to move forward with in terms of your focus for your educational plan. So that is the kind of overall assignment. Make sure you read through the instructions. You're also looking at, there's a rubric that I'll use to evaluate your presentation. The second part of that, and worth 25% of the points, is actually doing, maybe it's 20% of the points, doing a couple of peer feedback checklists of your peers. So you are going to, and this is really important, so if you hear nothing else today, you will submit your presentation in the Google Drive. And so if you go to our shared Google Drive, you'll see that there's a STEM Leader presentation folder. So you'll upload that, make sure your name is in the title so people know whose presentation it is. And then, and that works better, especially if you're doing recordings. They are more easily uploaded and accessed through Google Drive than in Canvas. Here's the peer feedback checklist that you're going to use to actually give feedback to 2 peers. So you're going to look for these things. This is the same thing you're going to be evaluated on by me. And so you're going to look at your peers' presentations. You're going to determine if these items are present or missing, and then give comments in terms of maybe suggestions. And then you're going to submit both your checklists are what goes on Canvas. So the only thing you're going to be submitting under the assignment on Canvas is the 2 checklists. And so the presentations are due on Google Drive by May 8th, and your feedback is due by May 10th. So plan accordingly to have time between the 8th and the 10th to get that feedback done for your peers. You do not need to submit it to your peers. I will make sure that those checklists are delivered to each of the students through me. And if you have any questions about this assignment, make sure to get in touch with me. And I look forward to seeing you apply the research. Remember, this is part of the synthesis process, is thinking about what you've learned in your readings and in the work you've done, research this term, and now applying it to this presentation. So hopefully that all makes sense, and I'm excited to see what you're learning and get a chance to really see how it's coming along. So have a good weekend, and I will see you soon.